What up, it's Rico Love, holding it down with success, nothing less. My girl, Cat Harvey. Turn the lights on. Like Steve Harvey. So she had to tell me.
Hey, what's up, world? I'm Kat Harvey, CEO of Success Nonetheless. Today, I'm so excited to be beside a mogul right now who needs no introduction. You guys know from his hit singles, They Don't Know, Somebody Else, and he's one of the top producers in the game, producing hits for Beyonce, Usher, and so much more. So without further ado, please welcome none other than Mr. Rico Love. How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. My last name is Love. And so you said that love is like chess. So why is that?
It's so many things that go into protecting the queen, you know? And it's like, love is so serious and love is so complex at the same time. And I feel like it's not an easy game to play. I don't think the queen represents the woman. I think queen represents the heart.
You have to change, I guess, about Rico. You know, when you first started out at Florida AM doing the music thing, and then to the point where you first got the moment where you're touring with Usher and so forth. So what had to change about Rico?
I wouldn't say that anything had to change. Everything is evolution. You grow and you change every day, but I don't think it was one thing I pointed out to myself to say this had to change in order for this to happen. I think the drive and the don't take no for an answer attitude and mentality is what got me to where I am today, and it's what's going to continue to get me further. But I don't look at it life and say I had to change this in order to get here, because I think that a lot of things that people didn't have, I had it, and that's why I got to where I am today. Now, in life, you have to change certain things about yourself. In general, I was a blind faith kind of guy. And I was always the guy who believed in the things that were unseen and the things that people told me weren't possible. So I think that mentality is what got me where I'm at today. And if I would have changed that, I wouldn't be here.
I want to ask you about not skipping the process. How did you learn to trust God with this time and not force things to happen like so many people do?
Yeah, my parents, my parents always were, God-fearing, faithful people. So plus, it was just something that was in me, It was something I really believed in. Like how you see this, whatever this is, this counter table thing in front of us. That's how vivid and clear I saw my future. Actually, a little bit more confident back then, because look, imagine how ridiculous you look with nothing, saying that you're gonna have the world. It's a little bit more believable now when I say things I want to do. Back then, you understand the level of confidence I had to take, how crazy I had to look, and how crazy I had to sound to my family and friends.
And you have this picture on Instagram where you're posing with the Lucky Charms and the milk and eating in front of your multi-million-dollar estate. So in that moment, what are you thinking about in that picture? I thought it was very powerful.
That's so dope. That's dope when you say multi-million-dollar estate. That's cool. Treat it like it's the block, that same mentality that we had to get it is the same mentality we need to keep it. I think the people around you change because they condition themselves, they prepare themselves for you to be different. So they try to react to something that hasn't happened. And that's why people say you change, because they start coming with these defense mechanisms. But I think that picture represents the fact that I'm just me.
Why did you choose to tour with Monica out of all the artists, and what can we expect from your new album?
Monica has an incredible, consistent, loyal fan base, and I wanted to be able to tap into that fan base. And, I feel like 25 and up can understand me a little bit more, and they can understand my plight and what I have to say and the things that I'm speaking about. Monica's one of those people, she's been in the game for 20 years, but she don't got that corny thing on her. You know what I mean? Some people got that dated, they feel old, but she's been so current with the social media and with her lifestyle and with the fashion and with everything she does. She doesn't feel like one of those people that's like, that's old school. She don't feel old school. She's not. It is a disservice to us as black artists that they call black artists old school and they call white artists legends. I just think that when I look at her, I look at legend, I see legendary, but I also see like when she comes out with a record, people rock with it right now. It doesn't feel like, oh, that's OG. It feels like that's Monica. The album is basically what happened to me when I became successful within the parameters of a relationship, and I had that incredible girl in my life and I lost her because I was taking it for granted, and I started feeling like I was exempt from certain things because of success. Every song I write, I want people to feel like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Because it's right there. It's so obvious. We just haven't tackled it because it's all this other foolishness we're trying to chase.
On social media, you talk about how the new generation disrespects the legends, and also how society kind of makes us think it's okay to be mediocre. So can you talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. The fact that I overheard somebody calling Kanye West old the other day. At 37 years old, I overheard somebody saying that Jeezy was old, young Jeezy. It's like these kids are nuts. Like when we were kids, we would never speak of Big Daddy Kane like that. Like I would never speak of, Rakim like that. Or they call Jay-Z old and like it's crazy. It's like it's so many young artists available to them now that's their age that they don't even know how to just say, all right, cool, I respect the OGs, and even though I got my peers. So I think that people lose sight and they're not even educated. When you're a kid and you love music, when I was a kid, I loved music. I studied and I was educated. I knew about, Harry Nilsson. I knew about Leonard Cohen. I knew about Diane Warren and Quincy Jones. I studied it. Now these kids couldn't even tell me who Gerald Levert was. Me and my homeboy Jai, we made a bet, and we asked every 19-year-old we met if they could name one Luther Vandross song. And they couldn't do it. They could not do it. That was common knowledge to us as kids. Like I wasn't around when, when the Temptations was popping. But I knew every Temptations record. And I think the kids now, they forget that in order for you to be great at anything, you got to understand the thing that came before you. See, you look at basketball players, after the game, they're watching hours and hours of footage. They're watching tape. They're trying to study themselves. They study the greats. They understood what made them great and how they can become great just like that. Music is the only culture. Urban music is the only culture. But right now, today's day and age, they don't feel like they need to study. They don't feel like they need to be well-versed on the things that came before them. That's an arrogant stance to take on anything. I want to know a little bit about everything in the world. I sometimes sit up and watch documentaries about things that I don't even care about. I just go on Netflix and just be like, let me watch this documentary. I watched a documentary the other day about drag queens. I'm like, why am I watching a documentary about drag queens? But I learned so much just because I wanted to, watch something. And I just feel like we need to want to grow and we need to want to educate ourselves, especially in something that we want to do and we say we love so much. If you say you love music so much, how are you not well versed on the legends? But a young basketball player knows about Oscar Robertson and knows about, Pistol Pete Maravich and all these other players that came before them, but we don't even know about guys that were out in the 90s and 80s. I don't believe you when you say you love it. I believe you want to be famous. And that's cool because a lot of these young kids just want to be famous and they don't want to be great. I want to be great. Only way to be great is to study the greats, period. I don't care how good you think you are. You will not be great unless you understand and study who the great ones are.
Well, can you tell the world where they can find and connect with you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at I Am Rico Love, Facebook at Rico Love Music, Twitter I Am Rico Love, and Snapchat is I Am Rico Love 5, the number 5.
Okay. Well, you guys check out Mr. Rico Love. He's definitely taking over. We're sitting beside a legend. I'm Kat Harvey. Till next time, success, nothing less.